All right. You got to get better lighting when you record you got to put your desk on the other side of the room when you do the podcast recording.
Well, I'm going to get an actual ring, like a ring light.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Even better then, definitely.
Veneer, what's up? Rodriguez, what's poppin'? Tommy, good to see you again, my friend.
All right. Just pinged Discord buy box. Yes, sir. Manera. What up? I'm going to tweet it as well.
Did you schedule the person you texted Danny and I about yet, or you haven't?
Oh no, that was like 5 minutes ago, or whenever, you know.
Yeah. Where's Danny at? Danny's been busy.
Yeah, exactly. Where Danny at? He's probably running, to be honest, or saying he's running.
Yeah, we're saying he's running. So about getting into the leads list last night. Can't wait to scale. Love to hear it.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Indeed.
Logan, what's good, my man?
All right, got the lights on. That looks good.
They go hard, bro. Rodriguez, what is with this whole P thing?
Oh wow! Just don't acknowledge it, but that's good banter that Rodriguez is on it too.
Rodriguez, that just triggered me. Like low key, that just triggered me. Because Danny's been doing this for 2 days now, and it's starting to piss me off. Rodriguez, I will give you $5 if you call me after this live and explain it.
What are your guys' favorite parts about doing Amazon as a full-time job? I wouldn't call it like a full-time job. More so just like a tool to make money. You know what I mean? And not to like, that's not to, say jobs are bad or anything like that. But it's like, in terms of like your workflow, it's completely different.
Mine is easy, doing stuff like this, hanging out with y'all, helping some people.
Yeah, and like being able to wake up when you want for the most part, not having to like look forward to weekends for the most part, that kind of thing.
Yeah, and just hanging out with friends.
Tomorrow's podcast over wholesale. No, so tomorrow's podcast is with Romer actually.
It is indeed. What you guys? Too much smart. So wholesale.
Speaking of that, I gotta upload that to the Google Drive.
Oh, good call. Good call.
Do I just do it to the BBB one? Because I couldn't find any of the other episode in there.
I'll make the folder right now.
Yeah, there is. That's how it is. I'm nearly positive.
Wait, do you want me to send you that? Do you want me to create a folder for you? You got it.
Oh. It's fine. I think it'll be all right. 7-day weekend. I guess you could say that. Oh, okay. Here we go. Yeah, it works. It works. Okay.
Have you ever thought about traveling with Taylor? I'm not. Miles is kind of locked down right now, but I'm not a huge traveler. I like to stay.
You've never tried it, so you don't know. I've never really even super tried it, so we don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like a micro. I like to go to the beach. I like to go skiing. I like to go visit this bozo. So I'm small.
So I gotta create a new. I gotta create a new folder. All right, new folder.
Mm-hmm. But Taylor, I'm definitely envy Taylor's free spirit. He's living his best life.
Episode 032, only 68 to go to 100.
And he seems super, super happy, which is, I guess, the best of all.
Have you guys ever thought about getting into real estate investing? Definitely. For the short term, not something I'm doing, but I would totally not rule it out for the future.
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably get my second house probably within the next 5 years. Nothing this year. Maybe not, probably not even next year. But
Yeah, eventually, definitely.
AOA Prep is no longer in existence. We transferred it over and rebranded it under our podcast brand, by Box Bandits. And we're not necessarily working with new sellers. We have a quantity minimum, so we're really trying to work with only, and spots are limited to begin with, but we're really trying to only work with sellers that are sending 750 or 1,000 units. Rodriguez, I'll send her. Rodriguez just sent me a video, Miles. I'll send it to you.
All right, it's gonna be stupid. I'm absolutely sure it's gonna be stupid.
Danny's just jumping on a trend.
Oh, you have your broker's license? That's cool. Yeah, I like the idea of commercial. Because coming from entrepreneurship and stuff, you can add value being a good operator. Raising the income, theoretically, of the property per month. Yeah, so that would be per month.
Shameless self plug. Hey, respect that. I respect that.
Why not start a private label?
Man, there's just so many things to buy that's lower hanging fruit, to be honest. If you want the honest answer.
Yeah, at least for now. Just submit a Nike application. Awesome. You should hear back within sometimes even a few hours, but probably 12 to 24 hours.
At what point do you get your own warehouse? Whenever the math makes sense. If you are potentially missing out on wholesale deals because you don't have a commercial address, if you're paying a prep, and when that variable cost becomes more than the fixed cost of a warehouse, there's a lot of factors that go into it.
Or and you can just decide like the lifestyle you want around it too. Like you might not want the hassle of commuting somewhere. You might rather be someone who wants to prep and like not everything's a financial decision.
Yeah, I mean that's a good point. Yeah, it could just come down to wanting to separate your work from your house, right?
Which is a great reason.
Absolutely.
Totally great reason.
My husband and I have invested in residential and commercial real estate for 35 years for us real estate.
Wow. All right. That's beautiful. That's doing anything for that long is super impressive. But
yeah, it's longer than both of us have lived. I found a 4-room office for $400. My friend and I split it $200. I mean, that sounds like a no.
Yeah, that's incredible.
What's the plan for the next 5 years? Make as much money as possible and buy some real estate.
Not any index funds?
Did I invest in index funds every single week?
No, but in like that bozo.
Dude, there's nothing wrong with Acorns.
I know. You get excited about it. I'm new to the game. I'm curious about the buy box theme. I saw the thing about. You'll have to be more clear, Sean, in terms of your question.
Buy box theme? Are you talking about the podcast? It's just a name.
Yeah, the buy box is basically like the driver's seat, like the buy it now. If you go to shop on Amazon, that first option that's like sold by Miles, shipped by Amazon, that's the seller that's in the buy box, and then under it has options like 6 other sellers from $86. Those are the sellers that are not in the buy box.
Well, that's a good question. With all the new peeps doing the OA market, are you seeing an uptake in price taking? So that's going to happen a lot of times with the seasonal stuff, right? The bolos that newbies can hop into a bolo group and go on pools or chlorine or patio heaters or that sort of thing. With some of the stuff,
you guys also have to remember the average person getting into Amazon selling has no idea about the community on social media. A lot of people are trying to figure out it on their own. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be much harder for them to figure out ungating and all that. And they'll have to do everything on their own in terms of like finding stuff and all that.
For someone that takes this game seriously, it should be no threat, right? You'll have deeper pockets. You'll have more knowledge. You'll have better understanding. You'll have more products to pick from. New Amazon sellers are going to pose no threat. And the amount of Amazon sellers that continue past the first couple months is few and far between. I have a biz credit card, but not a ton, not a ton. Cash on hand to buy products. If I'm great with keep on analyzing, should I go for it with a credit card? Turning over the sales is taking forever.
I
So
mean,
no
that
cash
depends on your risk tolerance. You know what I mean? Like me personally, absolutely, that's what I do. But like that might not be good for you. Good evening. What's up? I think you said you were going to make a podcast. Oh, that's a good idea, Tommy. That absolutely is a good. We have a bunch of guests lined up the next few weeks, but sometime in the future, I think that's definitely a good topic.
And Mariko, to finish Miles's point, like you're gonna be if you don't have a cash backing, you can't turn money quick enough with FBA. So you're gonna be handcuffed for the most part. You might be able to squeeze it as long as if your stuff is moving quick enough. You might be able to squeeze it on the same credit card statement with merchant fulfilled, but it still would be pretty tight. So you'd need some sort of cash backing to grow. I think you said you were going to make I think I need a warehouse. I'm reaching out to so many wholesalers, and some of them aren't taking me seriously because I don't have. I'm looking to a prep.
And if you show them enough money, they don't care about the warehouse.
Oh, I mean that's not exactly true, but
for the like, if it's a sales rep, like that adds, like, you know what I mean. If you're not talking dollar amounts, that's just human psychology. It's a fact. You know what I mean? Like obviously there's nuance in certain situations, but like.
Yeah, but Jay, the workaround there, the low hanging workaround might be a prep center. See if they would take, or see if a prep center would be willing to let you leverage their address. It might work. So basically, we're effed if we don't match buy box. That's not necessarily true, because if you look in the Keepa, the buy box is always going to oscillate. So you can have your minimum a tick above the buy box price currently, as long as there's historical data to prove that the buy box is going to go back up, right? We're not always going to be, all of our products aren't always selling at the same time. Some of them are, the market is below where we're at, and we just kind of wait for the market to come back up to meet us, right? We don't want all of our products selling at all times, right? That's what means we're priced too low. But we have enough diversification where some are going to be hitting, some are going to be waiting for it to come back up, and then a mix of both. That's going to give you a good diversification. How do you guys manually source? So Miles has a good method, right? So if you find one product, you study all the sellers that are on that product, right? So if I'm selling this water bottle, I look on the listing on the right-hand side of the screen. It shows all the other sellers that are offering this product, right? You click into their storefronts, then you study their products and try and reverse engineer where they purchased that product. Oftentimes, you'll find a couple more products similar to the first one that you can then rinse and repeat, go to that product, reverse engineer where they got that, and you'll start to grow your catalog base.
Good buys, but not even cash. Nice. Does the cost per ASIN, so bundles typically that'll differ, but it kind of depends on who you're talking to. I don't know why my computer's being terrible uploading this file. It's an MP4. It's pissing me off.
I reached out to 200 brands last week. Only 2 accepted me, and they weren't profitable. That's happened. It's a numbers game. We always talk
and
about.
Follow up with all those brands. I'd assume you didn't actually get in contact with 200 of them. If you cold email them, then there's no point in identifying that and not following up in the future.
Right. So as you're calling, and I would assume with those numbers you're emailing, but if you're calling, keep a notepad. Exactly. You should be calling, but keep a notepad as you're talking. Right. Write down who you called, what their name was, and write down, try and gain one fact.
Yeah, use Vendrive, to be honest. Like if you're that committed that you're doing that volume of outreach, you should pay the $26 or whatever Vendrive costs.
Oh yeah, easily. But try and, from every phone call, try and just peel one bit of information about the sales rep that you can leverage the next time you call. Right. That'll go a long way in developing that rapport. When do we make a video using smart card? I just did today, Rodriguez.
On the gram. Yeah, on the gram.
What are the ranges for prep center costs? I hear $1.53. I think there's a couple that are down towards $1, but we're at $1.75.
And a lot are closed.
Yeah, that's the main thing. It doesn't matter what their price point is. If they're closed, they're closed. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Find a commercial space with a roll-up door for. Does the cost per unit for a prep center mean per ASIN or like the amount of units? So we have a specific pricing structure. I can't speak for all prep centers, but we are at 175 per unit, and then we are 325 or 250, I think, for a bundle, right? So as many units are in the bundle is 250 for that grouping. Let me just validate that because I'm pretty sure that's accurate.
Is Amex Gold the best business credit card? If you need high spending, I would say yes. If you're like spending under like $5,000 a month, I would say if you have really good credit, try for the Chase Inc. Unlimited. Otherwise, the Amex Blue Business Plus is very good, or Blue Business Cash.
So I misspoke. So
okay. So I only called one wholesaler because I really wanted it. All right. Well, I mean, 1 for 1. That's a pretty good conversion rate. You should scale that up.
So yeah, let me correct myself. So we're at 175 for a standard unit and then 275 for bundle. So as many are in the bundle, it's gonna be 275. Moving on. Note of gratitude. I started in mid-November and just hit 40K in gross sales. I'm on your page and follow all the great content you guys offer. So
I can't see that one. Oh, great work, Chris. That's amazing. Great work.
I'll put that on the Instagram.
Great work. This is what happens when you take action. You apply, the information that, we consider ourselves, decent at this stuff. It can work for you. Aha, got it. Okay, there we go. Uploading. All right. Do you guys run a prep center? We do. It's in Delaware, so no sales tax, which is amazing.
Can you give us an example wholesale call? I only called one wholesaler because I landed. What state is your prep center located? Any tips to develop relationships with stores?
This is a good question. Okay, so we did a podcast with OA Deals on that'll be on the Box Bandits channel, and he talks about how he's made some serious relationships with store managers and that kind of stuff. So let me pull up what episode number that is.
Had to be single digits, no?
No, I'm gonna guess it's like 19 or like 21. Oh, wow. It was further. It was closer than. Yeah, it was 19 on the dot. Okay, so
someone knows what he's talking about.
Yeah. See, there's your boy right there.
Amit coming in.
That's facts.
But yeah, obviously go listen to that episode. But just be upfront, right? It doesn't do you any good to start lying about what you're trying to accomplish, right? Be upfront, be transparent, and if it happens, it happens, right? You can't push something like that too hard.
To be honest, I'm learning more about supply chain from you guys than I've heard some people that studied supply chain and really liked it. It seems like it's a good career, which is cool. And I guess technically we kind of work in supply chain. Have you ever ran PPC ads? I have not. One of our friends has on like a seasonal type item, which worked really well.
We have, but we didn't. We never really latched on to too much. We didn't have too much success. Anyone get complaints from Spin Master to stop selling? Nah, no.
Never sold them, but if you got one, it probably seems like other people probably will too. So that's probably a good brand anyone should steer clear of.
For VAs, how much should they know about sourcing for OA before hiring them?
Enough to pass the tests you give them to send you stuff that's profitable enough or that fits your criteria. You know what I mean?
I mean, I would still yes, but I would still have some sort of training protocol that you run them through, right? Obviously, you want a basis of knowledge, like Miles was saying, but develop some sort of training modules, training course, something that you can show them, put them through, to kind of morph them, mold them into what you want them to be, right? VAs are always going to be super good at following directions, but you need to, one, implement good structure that they can follow, and two, Just be clear on what you're looking for: price points, ROIs, margins, all that good stuff. What do you do with items sourced from Ross or Marshalls? We don't buy there. I don't know if you guys know this, but Miles is my great VA.
Damn, I haven't heard from that man in a while.
Hell, you guys would you guys have any
Like any wholesale websites? Search Dove Wholesaler or hit up Dove and ask them who their wholesale distributors are.
Try Bargain Wholesale or Bulk Office Supply. Try those two.
And Google definitely, but yeah, either way, definitely those as well. What is your guys' process for customers? You create listings or like listing the product. So it's just all through Inventory Lab, like basically shipment access.
Yeah, but we've said this before. We're being super selective with who we bring on, right? We want to offer more value for a small amount of clients, and
yeah, and that's why like you guys will very rarely hear about this from us because it's not something that's going to be widely available. Just based off what we want out of it.
If you're sending in more than 1,000 units, reach out to Miles or I. We can have a conversation.
Yes, sir. And we are excited to talk to people doing that type of volume because that is who we're looking for. But in terms of like other than that, we're out here giving game to help you guys get to that level as well. Sorry. So some use TA, some do manual, yeah. But a lot of people that you hire will have experience with it. Can you keep ordering online the same products? So Target will kick you off. Other websites will not. But once again, like find some stuff you can reorder and go hard. And better to get banned quick, and then you'll get on. You'll keep learning. You'll be able to source more different items. You'll find other different items.
That's a good question. How big of an Amazon FBA business can you run solo until you need outside help? As big as you want.
Depends.
Right?
Yeah, as quick. Like depends like what lifestyle you want to live, what schedule you want to have. All that.
You can run a multi-million-dollar business without touching one single product if you leverage FBA center or prep centers, that sort of thing. It depends how in tune you want to be with the process, how big you want to get it, and what sort of capital you have to execute with it. But you definitely, if you want to touch the products, you can. If you don't have to.
1,000 units a month, Joe. Yeah. Should have clarified that.
Wait, what's available now? I'm not sure what you're referring to. How to increase restock limits and how long does it take to increase? Every 2 weeks.
I can go really quick if your sell-through rate's high. So watch me Amazon. He's a Amazon YouTuber. He has a big and just like huge seller too. He has a very good video on it. I would honestly refer you guys to go check out that. But that's Watch Me Amazon. I don't even really know him. Hopefully we'll get him on the podcast. But either way, it's a very good video on that you should check out.
Just sell more of the stuff that's moving fast and less of the stuff that's not. Right? The theory, like the motivation Amazon has for the restock limits is to maximize their warehouse space, right? That's what it comes down to. So with the restock limits, they're going to reward sellers that are selling faster moving items and quote unquote punish people who aren't, right? They want to make the most out of their space, and that's how they're trying to do it. Good questions though, guys, coming in. Keep them coming. We got about, what, Miles? You said 20 more minutes, 45?
Yeah, we'll probably stay on like 40, 45 minutes. How many hours of YouTube did you guys watch? Ooh, I procrastinated a lot, but definitely, thousands total. But in terms of like before I got started, probably like 10 to 20 or so. But it's mainly like the first thing you just need to find is how to find stuff, and then worry about learning how to list and all that stuff. Once you actually have product use, so many people worry about the stuff that doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is finding profitable items.
Yeah, a lot of that stuff we'll just learn and research as you run into those issues, right?
Yes.
Just start, find the products like Miles was saying, and conquer the issues, which will happen.
Yeah, Seth. So typically when I go down a rabbit hole, it's a rabbit hole I already know is like something that's profitable. And it's not like some of these listings have 50 sellers on them. So you can pretty quickly, get through everyone. But yeah, like 50 reviews is a good indication. This is, what they do. It's probably full-time or close to it, and they're making money. So yeah, that's a good criteria.
Michael,
I'm gonna take the first step. Seems like there's so many different options. Michael, you look like a young kid, or just a young guy, possibly in college. Take the books you have and sell those. Create an account right now. If you're in here, you're already ahead of everyone else. If you're hanging out with us, just start taking action. I promise you, if you do kind of the blueprint, it's going to work out.
And type in Miles launch.
Oh, okay. So before it's a private label, you should never even be looking at people's private label stores. You should have the free plugin, DS Amazon Quick View, that notifies you of whether or not a product has 3+ sellers. If it has 3+ sellers, it's probably not private label, and if it's sold by Amazon. Top Amazon YouTubers to learn OA from. The only good one I know of, besides myself, and I don't really post too many tutorial style videos, would just be Fields of Profit for sure. Really, really good stuff. You guys ought to check him out for sure if you haven't already. Start with Google. Start with asking in the Discord and all that. Yeah, that's what I would say. And ask other other people that are doing so, which clearly you are. But yeah, I mean, just ask around in the community. What's new with hazmat products? That's a good question. I've never even tried to sell a hazmat item.
Oh, where'd my link go? My LinkedIn post. What I was trying to link is Miles has a good YouTube video on the a beginner roadmap.
If you search Phillips for Miles beginner, it'll come up.
Recommended strategies to move slow selling items. Joe List or eBay, just keep dropping price, send to liquidations.
If you bought them arbitrage, return them. But if you FBA them, then that obviously drastically complicates that. But
yeah, just drop price. If they super don't sell, then just remove them. File a removal order because they don't do you any good just sitting in there. And then just the most important thing is learn from your mistake. What did the keeper graph tell you that you didn't pick up that indicated that it was a slow mover? Make sure you don't make that mistake again. Everyone's purchased bad stuff. That's a fact, right? The key is not to do it twice.
Joe Lister's no bueno.
What is that? People keep saying that.
It sounds like an Amazon to eBay tool, but I don't know. I like cross listing or whatever. I don't know. I never even really looked into Amazon's multi-channel fulfillment program, but it's pretty cool. And yeah, so Michael, we also not only do I have that beginner video on our podcast last week, I believe. We posted a similar video, like how to make your first $1,000 on Amazon in 2022, right there, which you guys should check out. Channels by Box Bandits right there. Yeah, so if you guys are on the waitlist and haven't heard from us, you didn't meet the criteria of what we were looking for in terms of press center clientele, just based on the minimums you have. But if there does come a point when you guys are looking to send 1,000 units a month, 700 units a month, that kind of stuff, please let us know. At what point would you invest in a repricer? It depends how often you find yourself repricing to get extra sales, but in terms of a sales number, a few thousand a month, I would say definitely. Because it's going to save you time and it's going to make you extra money, because I promise you it's better at repricing than you are. And I am, and all of us are, because it works.
It's just so cheap too. It's so cheap. If you think about $100 over the span of a month, you'd have to spend legitimately like 2-3 hours in order to not make it. What's good, homie?
What's good? How we doing tonight, everybody in the chat?
Never better.
Life is good, man. Life is good.
The Bozo stream. All right.
Yeah. Oh no, that's our editor. He can say what he wants.
Oh, okay. What's up? What's up, Joe?
I think Joe G Resells was showing you some love earlier. I think he was the one. Yeah, I love Fields of Profit.
What have we been up to today, boys?
Tried to bear the snow. We got up here.
Well, it was actually nice. It was beautiful last night, and then it melted all overnight with the rain. So unless the occasional ice, which I was walking earlier, wasn't too much. It was kind of perfect. snowstorm. I'd say like it was gorgeous last night. Walked in the snow and then woke up this morning and the roads were all clear.
Not crazy. I had a coaching call. We recorded a podcast with Avery. Got some
nice.
Got some shipments out. Life is good, man. Life is good. Hit the gym a little bit, Got to keep the gains going.
Get the pump in.
About to buy some products and watch some football after this.
Some sports ball? Who's playing?
Chargers or no? LA Rams and the Cardinals should be a good game.
Oh, so Ellis, I've never heard of that actually.
Lightning deal sourcing.
That's a fire comment. Thank you so much, Joe. That means
a
lot.
Wow, that's beautiful, man.
Yeah, I've been like old school, like YouTube Academy binging some private label stuff today.
I peeped that. That was a cool tweet you put out earlier.
Yeah, I've been watching a bunch of private label. Got the Helium 10 firing up. I've got a spreadsheet with some ideas. Like I'm ready to hit private label.
Dude, I put out a tweet today about telling people to delete their seller app. I got so much messages.
Honestly, I don't really check my seller app.
I don't have it. But I'm saying it's literally like
that's
a cookie.
dumb. You need to know what you need to replenish.
That's why you use softwares that are way better than seller app.
You check it on your phone?
No, dude, you got to use inventory tracking softwares.
What? I didn't know any existed.
You're making educated replenishing decisions from your phone.
That's crazy.
I don't know what's a better indication than me checking every few minutes and seeing, or not every few minutes, and seeing what's moving.
You know that I'm gonna roast this boy.
So Chris, all right, so damn. Okay, so we'll shut the waitlist tomorrow, and tomorrow night we'll plug it big one more time. But yeah, join the waitlist. It's linked in announcements. I'll send it now.
Could you do a video setting up repricing rules? There is one on my channel that people really like. I got one of the new VAs all on board and stuff today as well.
Dope.
I think I have 4 interviews tomorrow with VAs.
That's sweet.
I'm trying to get to 15 within by the end of February.
Is that for y'all's Discord?
Yeah, I'm hiring some for myself, and I'm trying to hire an editor VA too.
That's pretty sweet.
Bontent VA.
Warning on that. So on that non-workflow, the outsourcing the work. You do a video on setting reprice rules. I think Warner, don't you have a video on that?
Yeah. My channel's Fields of Profit. GF. Was that? Yeah, GF.
Oh, Venera hooked you up with the shout out.
Shout out Venera.
Shout out Venera indeed.
Do you have the VAs make the purchase? You're thinking about hiring 2 and letting them make
no, don't make the purchases. No.
I'm gonna let them make purchases soon, but not ones that you haven't worked with for a while.
A limited credit card or something?
Yeah, an employee card. And you put it in LastPass so they don't have the actual credit card numbers. They just autofill it.
Yeah, or like VCC privacy card.
Yeah.
Avery was saying he lets his VAs know his social security number. And
that's insane.
No. Hear me out. This is so funny, dude. He was saying that his VA was helping him set up a crypto wallet, and he was gonna have him know the seed phrase, and even the VA said, like, bro, don't do that. Like, that's hilarious, though.
That's so funny.
Did you buy book games?
I cannot figure it out. I cannot do NFTs, bro.
Okay. It's on the
Miles, send me, walk me through it on Zoom or something, and I need.
You have your MetaMask set up.
I have a MetaMask and a Binance.
Oh, see, okay. So go to tokentrove.com and connect your MetaMask.
All right.
It's on the Immutable X, which is a layer 2 of the Ethereum blockchain. This is not a
What does this mean?
I would promote them. I would work with a VA that's doing sourcing, and then once like a couple months pass and you trust them, then promote them to a purchaser.
Yes. So Chris, onlinejobs.ph is a good resource for that. That's where I've always, we've always gotten all of ours. And then in terms of like hiring, so Warner, you might have a video on this. I know Romer the Roamer has a video. If you search like Romer the Roamer virtual assistant, it's from like 2 years ago. It's very good. And I also have a video on my channel about it. I forgot about it. So I also have it. Getting banned on Nike. I'm pretty sure they do temp bans, but either way, Nike's, oftentimes Nike won't be the most profitable on items. You got to look elsewhere. Although I definitely have bought from Nike in the past for sure.
I'm half Filipino, so my people are waiting. That's good banter. Yeah, but I would just hire a sourcing VA first, and then after a couple months, promote them to purchasing, and then have the purchaser hire another sourcing person under them, so they work together.
Yeah, whatever works, Joe. Whatever, whatever gets it moving in the right direction.
That's mad funny. Jeez, it's windy out.
What's a day in the life look like when you're not hiring VAs? I have been hiring a lot of VAs recently.
Yeah, I don't even know anymore.
Yeah, I don't remember. I spend like an hour spending money. I spend 2 hours making content, and then the rest of it researching and trying to grow.
And a couple hours in there for the GF, right?
That's like 8 p.m. and beyond. What's a good price to pay for VAs? It depends on experience. The lower, the ones who have like no experience to very little, you'll pay like 400 to 500. If they're really good, you'll pay them upwards of 1,000.
I think our manager makes like 1,000.
Our VAs watch our content, Miles?
Oh, all right. Well, you guys didn't hear that from me.
But that's also not correct.
He's also the manager too. Like,
yeah, he's the manager, but don't throw out specific numbers.
Yeah, you're making it seem like we got toxic work culture here, man.
We do not.
We're transparent here at the Amazon Launch Pad.
Warner's going corporate on us. Corporate people never want their subordinates to know.
About to start signing emails. I hope this finds you well.
Corporate life, they never want to.
Sorry, ever since I got a double-digit team, I can't talk to you guys anymore.
Ooh, you guys did that?
Warner, appreciate you guys. Hey, appreciate that. Thanks for that.
So, do you have the VAs send you a buy list from a website and then you make the purchase? Yes, they use SellerAmp to give all the information into a spreadsheet, and then all they have to do is manually input the website link. And
that really is crazy. SellerAmp has that feature.
Yes, it has every feature.
How'd you find that?
I was looking for a software that did exactly that, and I happened to come across a tool that did everything else also. I was just trying to find a tool that made it easier for the VAs to transmit info.
Solid flex, Warner.
That's what he learned in college. Yeah, I learned how to be corporate.
Would you guys, when a product has a different package design than the one you want to sell? Package design is iffy. That's like a case-by-case basis. But if the integrity of the product is the same, oftentimes we'll send it. But again, that's not like a cover-all answer. That's an individual basis kind of thing.
Did you guys talk about making a website?
No, we missed that one.
Is there any value in setting up a website linking to store items and marketing to drive traffic? Not to sell items.
Absolutely.
But
the whole
you
point
will
of selling
find
on Amazon is not to pay to acquire a customer. He's tight. So yeah, no, definitely not.
Private label, there's a whole
private label, yes. Wholesale also, yes.
Not to sell on Amazon though, yeah.
Those will help you sell on Amazon though.
Yeah, some people do drive traffic to Amazon, but it just doesn't make sense based on the fees you pay. If they have their fulfillment set up the right way, just fulfill it yourself and not have to worry about Amazon listings if you're going to pay for customer acquisition, FBA fees, and pick and pack. Margin
If Amazon FBA didn't exist, what would you guys do? I don't know. We don't have to worry about it because it does exist.
That's true. That's true.
If cars didn't exist, what do we do? I don't know. I guess it doesn't necessarily matter. I don't know. Winners win, bro. We would find another way to win. I'm convinced winners win. You just find a way. Sometimes you just gotta gut it out. When sourcing OA, usually the UPC is not posted. Do you just search Amazon for same listing or hope UPC matches? UPC is not always going to match. As long as the product is the same, sometimes they update the labels. That's not a big deal. As long as the integrity of the product is the same, just go for it. Again, put yourself in the consumer's shoes, right? If you were receiving that and you saw the Amazon listing, would you be satisfied or would you be upset? That's kind of what we go by.
Wouldn't it be cheaper to prep in-house? Yes, but then you also have to factor in the amount of time that it takes you to prep 1,000 units when you could have just been sitting at the computer spending more money. It's different decisions once you get to scale. When you're trying to hustle and stuff at the beginning, it probably does make more sense to not have a prep. But when you're doing 1,000+ units a month, that's a lot of time.
And our main value add is Delaware has no sales tax, right? So for someone who's in California, they're purchasing and they're sending it themselves at an 8% sales tax rate. Whereas they can send it to Delaware and essentially pay us sales tax, right? They don't pay sales tax. They pay us $1.75. There's a threshold where it's break-even point. I think it's like $18, right? So anything over $18, it makes a whole lot of sense. The prep is free at that point.
All right, we're going to wind it down here. So any final questions we have here? We will
my first shipment, and it was checked in January 5th, but there are 2 of the 15 SKUs that still say receiving and inactive. Any experience with this? FBA sometimes is kind of glitchy. It always works itself out. There's nothing you can do. Just wait it out. They'll all go active. Some are going to go into transfer. They all probably will go into transfer, and eventually they will be available. Yes, 9.6, 10.25. That's exactly.
Yeah, I had 10% in Arkansas. That's why I was sending to the old AOA prep for a little bit.
That was
before he went corporate.
Absolutely. Is it hard to source profitable books locally? It won't be harder to source. It'll be harder to sell them. You'll get more sales FBAing, and you just should FBA them. Yeah, Chris, please do. If you're gonna be doing volume, please let us know.
You ever thought about moving outside the U.S.?
Definitely. No short-term plans to, but definitely some long-term travel in the future. I would hope so.
If not for the the girl and stuff, I'd probably be in Taiwan for a while now. Honestly,
I like my roots in here in America. I think I'll stay here.
All right, everyone, have a fantastic evening.
Go watch some football, yo.
No, do not watch football. Make some money on Amazon. Oh, he thought he was going to talk. Oh, damn, Romer in the building.
2 straight nights making an appearance on the live.
Honorary by Box Bandit.
All right, everyone have a good night.